Welcome back. We have Senator Bill Cassidy here in the studio to catch up. He's back in from D.C.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Matt.
Yes, and the first thing we want to address, with your medical background, you can really weigh in on this. Some of the surprise medical bills people are facing. What are you doing in Washington, D.C.? What are other lawmakers doing to try and fight this problem?
You know, Lauren, if we could reach through this camera and we could say, okay, if you are in the audience, have you ever gotten a bill?
Raise your hands, huh?
And you've gone to an in-network hospital, and you've got an in-network doctor, and you got a bill for an out-of-network piece of equipment for thousands of dollars. So we have a legislation which President Trump, I think, will support. We have Democrats, Republicans, that will say that if you go to an in-network hospital, you get an in-network rate. And you don't get bill after bill. You either get your doctor's bill or you get a hospital bill, but not bunches of bills. And we're trying to give the patient the power. She's done her homework. She's done the right thing. Take her out of the equation. If the docs and the insurance company don't like it, they can fight about it. But the patient's gone. And so we're trying to just kind of make it easy for the patient.
Talk a little bit about paid family leave. This is something that I've got 3 kids, and obviously there was some maternity leave there. Paternity leave can be an absolute headache depending on which state you're in. But we're talking paid family leave here. Is this an actual conversation that's being had right now?
So again, this is something I'm working with both Republicans, Democrats, and Ivanka Trump. And I figure if I have Ivanka, I have the president. And what we're trying to do is create without raising taxes and without putting a burden upon the employer, the opportunity for an employee, after she's had a child, to stay home, and for the dad. Now, the good thing for the employer, he does not lose somebody he's invested in training. Good thing for the mama, she's with the baby bonding. Good thing for the baby, hopefully the baby is breastfeeding, getting all of that nutrition, bonding with mom, having those 8 weeks together. We're working on this. We think we have a policy that we can pull off. And again, Ivanka is all behind us, which I think brings the president on board.
This is for dads too, like you said, though? This is also paternity as well?
Yeah, it would be for paternity too, and you could do first the mama, then the daddy if you want 4 months, total. In which parents could spend time with the baby.
How far along are you on that? Any sort of timeline?
So we will probably introduce the legislation within 2 to 3 weeks and start building support for it. But I do think we'll build support.
Speaking of support, we love to support our veterans and our Gold Star families. There's some work in Washington right now for those families to lower the tax burden. Can you explain that?
Yeah, for folks who may not know, a Gold Star family is a family which a parent has died serving our country in the military. And the Tax Cut and Jobs Act bill, been a great bill, the economy's doing fantastic, but there's a little thing that took away the tax benefit. So when the federal government, you lose a dad, you lose mom, you get a benefit, that little exception to taxation was removed. We are correcting that. I introduced the bill, but I got all kinds of co-sponsors because everybody wants to be on board. It's passed the Senate. A form of it passed the House. We just have to bring them together, but I do think this will be done.
Still much work to be done up there, 115th Congress. Were you going back when? Sunday, you said?
I'll go back Sunday or Monday. I go where I'm told.
Whirlwind.
Same as me. Senator Bill Cassidy, good to see you this morning.
Thank you
for stopping by. Appreciate it.
All right, let's get a check of that forecast with Diane Deaton. How we doing, Di?
Thank you very much, Lauren and Matt, and good morning, everyone.